Hey everyone, it's Brian with you from the Game Common, and we are continuing our AI-only championship series. We are still in the first group stage, and our first episode was quite entertaining, I guess. We had a lot of different wars going on. France is finally actually killing something with Mohenjo. They're actually finally at war with someone. Oh, they also took over Vilnius. We totally missed that. But yeah, we had a huge war between Persia and Germany, which Persia pretty much won. We had Nubia end up killing off Germany and releasing Kumasi, not kill them off, but ended up taking their city. India ended up taking over LPQY, but then they got pushed back out from Dido after it flipped, and then Bristol got conquered by Egypt, but then once again, England was able to prevail and take it back over. So we are in the next era. Let's go ahead and take whatever, and let's just get things going. Okay, so we have to vote for something, so we'll just do great. Usually it's great writers what they vote for, and oh, that is bad. I'm going to vote for B, and I'm going to vote, I'm going to vote France because she's probably the most well-loved. Once again, I'm trying to not actually affect the game, and so I'm kind of hoping that whatever I'm putting points into is not going to change anything. But obviously, I have to vote, so, you know, there's no other way for us to kind of avoid it. What ended up happening? So, borders built by Eleanor now act as a culture bomb, and no points for great admirals. Good. So, we had absolutely nothing to do with it. So, good. And we're allied with everyone, so we can't get pulled into any of those wars. I would like to actually see what the emergency was. So, there was a military emergency against Nubia and Persia. Both of those passed. So let's see, Nubia is now at war with Alexander, France, and Germany. And then Persia is now at war with France and Germany. So Germany is just like going to war against everyone. And then France, we'll see if they actually come and help. They currently are, they do have some troops down here, but the crossbows are just going to wreck their life before anything happens. And it looks like Alexander's attack kind of petered out. He doesn't really have much left. What happened, buddy? Dude, what happened to your attack, man? Got absolutely wrecked by the crossbows, it looks like. Wow. The Varu are still marching. India's still looking fairly strong. Dido might actually be able to pull this off, too. She might be able to succeed through this. What place was she in? I mean, she's in 5th place. She's definitely still has a chance here. Egypt is looking weaker and weaker as we continue on. Just the fact that she wasn't able to hold on to Bristol, and I mean, she's running out of room here pretty quickly. But I mean, you could say the same thing about England, but then again, Nazca is way too far away to actually hold on from Dido's. We'll see. It looks like you might actually go after Buenos Aires too. Yeah, she's going right after Buenos Aires as well. Oh my gosh, the AI's thirst cannot be quenched, man. Cannot be quenched. Persia is rolling around with a lot of troops right now. Who has the largest army? Yeah, Nubia still. Nubia might actually pull this off too. She's still in first. Yeah, she's still in first. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty impressed. Nubia is not one of those civs that has done traditionally a great job of absolutely dominating. I mean, they have one of the better units in the game, but we've not really seen Nubia go so crazy strong. Like, we've not seen them actually put it together a performance like this, I guess, as of yet. At least that I can remember. And if they did have one, we definitely didn't stick out to us. So it's helpful if you don't click on all the wrong buttons. So France is looking like they were definitely going to cruise into the next. I mean, they just had too strong of a start. As long as they don't fall too far behind in the wonder/religion territory, they should be able to sneak into the top 3. Now, the worst thing that could happen to them right now would be like Alexander winning a science victory and them ending up in 3rd place. That would be pretty catastrophic because then they won't make it through. Now, keep in mind, if your Civ is doing really terrible now, there's still going to be the second chance series up ahead. So there's going to be a chance for them to redeem themselves with a victory here, or victory in the future. Dido ended up putting Carthage down, and since it's a coastal city, it's going to be 100% loyalty, so that's hilarious. Speaking of which, I wonder, my hotkeys aren't working. Yeah, my lenses are no longer working. This is all still part of it, so she could actually put another city up there, perhaps? Yeah, if she puts a city right there, she's still full loyalty. But it actually looks like England's going to do that right now. Then a settler. Yeah, unless she's going for inside there, which is not going to be a great idea either. Dido, yes. Usually the AI always votes for yes, so it's not like we're screwing over the game on that. Germany has another settler out, but I don't know if they have too many spots left to actually put it. Kumasi ended up conquering by India. The war over here with Nubia and Alexander continues. Alexander does have both of his unique units, but they're just going to get absolutely destroyed by that amount of ranged attacks. Mohenjo ended up getting conquered by Alexander. So Alexander did end up taking one of the territories then. Or was that one still neutral? Or was that one France's? I think Mohenjo might have been France. No, maybe not. Maybe Mohenjo was actually being attacked by France, and then Alexander ended up sneaking it out. One of those happened. Unfortunately, he's going to end up losing it, and I don't think there's anything he can do about it. Unless this era ends pretty quickly. Persia's looking pretty strong. Lots of territories. They had a religion, right? Yeah, they do have a religion, and they have some wonders, too. Has the Petra been built yet? We could look at wonders and see what got built. There's not a lot of desert tiles, so people who ended up with deserts are going to definitely have an advantage because there's a couple wonders that only they are going to be able to build. Only they will be able to build. And so Persia definitely has an advantage when it comes to desert right now. Nubia also started with 1 or 2 desert tiles, so there is a chance that they'll be able to pop out one of them, the Jebel or the Petra. I think all we see right now is just the pyramids. Yeah, I don't think we've seen the Jebel yet. But I could have missed it. I'm not looking super close either. So keep advancing the timer, please, 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 please. I got to see if my tab actually works on this. But my hotkeys aren't working here, so I don't think my hotkey is going to work for the next turn. So, we'll see. The Hue is getting built up here by France. They also built the Colosseum. Yeah, France is rolling away with the game right now. They're definitely, I think they're going to end up passing Nubia, even though Nubia has a religion. Because I think Nubia is going to get bogged down with these wars eventually and maybe even lose a potential city or two. Or they're definitely not going to be able to continue to advance. Germany's capital is now being sieged down by Persia. Well, it's being attacked by Persia. Siege down is a little too harsh. They're not quite to that portion yet. Memphis ended up getting conquered by England. Interesting. So she's definitely pulling out the rise to power right now, Eleanor. She got her butt kicked early game, and now she's just taking it back to them. And she's not even, she doesn't even have her units or her districts yet, I don't think, right? No, she could build the Royal Naval Dockyard at this point, right? Yeah, I think so. Nope, doesn't work. Gonna have to click the button. So it looks like it's Dido, France, Persia, and Nubia. And I guess Alexander's in there as well, but I don't see Alexander continuing this to the end of the game. He's starting to basically max out his territory right now. And none of his future cities are going to be too good, and he's going to have a hard time getting through Nubia and or France. So because of that, I kind of see Alexander capping out here pretty quickly. Try and drink my water, man. All right, so usually it's melee. I would say 9% of the time, 90% of the time is melee. And then once you get trade routes, we can't send it to her. Let's do me. I'm going to cancel any trade routes to me. That technically is going to be the thing that will affect the game the least. Also, I don't think anyone ever votes for canceling the trade routes, so yeah, they +4 to me. I figured that's what was going to happen. Literally everyone voted for that. Whatever. So basically, it's just something where no one's going to get any points by. Okay. How many? Could we win the game? No, it's not giving us diplomatic points. Even though we actually were voting for the right ones, right? Maybe? Did we succeed on any of the early ones? Maybe we could technically win a game. That would be hilarious. Win a game with diplomatic points without actually ever having a city. That would be a very hard challenge. A very hard challenge. All right, so at some point we're going to see a Dido versus England war. And that's going to really determine, I think, a lot on who is going to advance through to the knockout stages. Once again, see Mohenjo's flipping. I don't see Alexander holding this for super long. France still has a ton of territory left. Same thing with Persia. So I really think it's just those 4 right now. I think it's Persia. I think it's Alexander. Although Alexander's dropping. Oh, wait. Sorry, that's not score. It's Persia, Nubia, France, Alexander, I think, and Dido. It's really, Persia, France, Nubia, Dido are the 4. With Alexander probably going to end up in 5th place. So we have 4 people competing for 3 spots, which is always nice to see. Now, keep in mind, just because Alexander is going to fall behind a little bit in tech doesn't mean he can't win a science victory. But he's not really going too heavily in a science victory path. Right now, it looks like France is kind of cruising with that. And she even is almost in 1st place with culture, too. So as for religion, Nubia's pretty heavy in religion, which is probably why she's in 1st place. Means she's probably flipped more towns than anyone else. We can actually look at the religious map mode here, and we can see that she's doing a pretty dang good job. She's almost knocked out Alexander's religion. Probably is not going to be able to hold that, though. She did take over France, which is partly why she has so much score. And then she was able to also take over most of India, which is why she has score. But she's not really going to be able to advance it too much further because now she's starting to run up against walls of other people's religion. And then, yeah, you can definitely see a huge religious advantage over here. So she's never going to be able to take those 2 towns, I don't think. So next era, we ended up with Alexander, Nubia, and France all in golden ages, everyone else in normal age, except Eleanor, who got a dark age. Ooh. Now, is that going to make too much of a difference? Nah, probably not. Now, an interesting question. Can we trade with people? I wonder when the game pauses if we could trade with people, because it would be interesting to see how many great works she has. Because remember, she's going to be able to start flipping towns and putting loyalty pressure. Although she's very hard countered against towns that are on the coast. Dido towns that are on the coast specifically. She's currently going to war with Buenos Aires. I don't think she's going to be able to take it. That flood was just a clutch flood for freaking Buenos Aires. Very clutch flood. It actually seems like Dido is also going for Buenos Aires. So Buenos Aires is probably not long for the world. All right, can we trade? Hello, make deal. Do you have any great works yet? Yeah, you have 3. So she is putting some loyalty pressure then on Egypt. And yeah, I really don't think Egypt's going to be able to survive that. Now, I think Egypt's going to end up maybe being the first one knocked out. But Germany's still super, super weak. And now, oof, Persia's popping out the bombards. What's Persia's science? Huh. Because we hadn't seen any bombards yet. They're the first one to actually pop it out, but they are not doing too hot when it comes to science compared to everyone else. So, all right. Mohenjo's flipping over to Nubia. It's going to continue the Nubia domination. The war down here is still very much in Nubia's favor, even though it's all being fought in Nubia's territory. But Nubia is going to be able to just hold on just fine. 607 combat strength, doing really good. Dido's the only one who's even comparable right now at 597. Everyone else then is pretty weak, with Eleanor being, okay. I'm really intrigued to see. It looks like Eleanor has actually now declared war on Dido, too. Yeah, it looks like they're fighting. No, they're not. They're friendly with each other. Then who did damage to your walls, then? Buenos Aires? Yeah, it looks like. And she's using a lot of troops because a lot of them are dying to all those crossbows. But she's going to be able to take it over here. Alexander's still very much trapped. He's got a couple more towns here in the tundra he can put out. Probably can throw another town here as well. Yeah, he can put a couple more towns over here. But I just don't think it's going to be able to keep him in the game for long. And he's just not making enough science right now to win a science victory. And the culture's not going too hot for him either. So he's really just getting... And his army is terrible. So, like, all of the things that make him great, you know, just is not helping right now. All right, Buenos Aires is now completely sieged. Unfortunately for Dido, she's dealing with medieval walls, and she doesn't have a siege tower right now. So it's going to have a hard time taking those walls down. Gonna have a hard time taking them down. We might actually see a city-state survive then. How's Persia doing? Are they at war? They got musketmen now too. They're still at war with Germany and France. They're not really actually fighting anyone. France looks really weak. France is really weak. Huh. They must have used a lot of their troops in these various wars. They ended up still holding on to Vilnius, and Mohenjo ended up flipping over to Nubia. Okay. So we have a lot of pretty weak civs right now in the game. So maybe I shouldn't count but Alexander's down to 36. Come on. Oy. Every time I think Alexander might still be in the game, he just somehow screws himself further over. Now the question is Nubia going to come and start pushing back and taking some of Alexander's town? Like right now she's pushing towards Alexandria on the Latmus. And right now there's nothing stopping her. I mean, doesn't even have walls. So With these crossbows, yeah, it's going to flip. It's going to flip. Alexander's in a very bad spot right now. Very, very bad spot. How much money has he got? He's got a little bit of gold, but not a whole lot. Nubia is looking by far like the strongest civ in the game right now. Except when it comes to science and culture. She's going to fall behind. Yeah, she is going to fall behind. And it looks like France is definitely cruising for a science victory. Which, you know, we could see everyone's agenda. So, she's paranoid about civs. He has gossip. Yo, I was looking at things, please. I was looking at things. Thank you. Likes those that earn a golden age. You were paranoid. Populous, you like large cities. Money grubber, okay. Nuke happy. Ooh, Persia's nuke happy. So we might actually see some nukes depending on how long the game goes. Fun loving, standing army, and money grubber. So Eleanor is going to have a strong army then. She's always going to desire a strong army, which is maybe what helped her win this game. Win the war against Egypt. She still has no desire to conquer Dido, and they're still making plays on Buenos Aires, and the walls on Buenos Aires are still almost at full HP, so yeah, that war has definitely not helped much. It looks like you guys are still at war too. Yeah, you're still at war with Dido, but not much is happening in that regard. World Congress, double great points. We're going to do writer, and we will do... I'm going to condemn Buddhism. Because usually they don't vote for the condemnation of a unit. What was it? Great Rider, boom. And Zoroastrian, yeah. So did we get a point for that? No, we did not get a point. Okay, we can't win a diplomatic victory then. Aw, dang it. Dang it. Okay, France rolling around with the cav. France is rolling around with cav. That's all they have when it comes to military, but that is still scary. Then again, field cannons popping out over here with musket men. Yeah, Nubia's looking pretty strong too. I'm impressed by Nubia. This is by far the best I've seen Nubia play. And Dido, I would not have imagined Dido to do this well. Dido's doing a lot better than honestly, I figured they would be one of the weaker Gathering Storm civs. I would have thought that, you know, they definitely wouldn't have been as good as some of the others. I could see Eleanor pulling it off just because, you know, the loyalty pressure, being able to flip towns, you know, that's going to be really, really strong as the game progresses. You know, definitely would see Kupe being really, really good as well. But Dido, of all people, pulling it out. I'm impressed. Also, these are all DLC civs right now, except Germany. Oh, that's diplomacy. Yeah, there we go. I was like, what? Germany should be at the bottom. No, France isn't DLC. France was base game. But Alexander was DLC. Persia was DLC, right? And Dido was. Well, okay, keep in mind, almost every civ in the game here is DLC, except Germany, France, and Cleopatra. So, okay, there was always going to be a lot of DLC and winners in this one. So never mind. She did end up taking Alexandria, and two Alexandrias, by the way. But the second one flipped, and she's still pushing. But unfortunately for her, she's butting up against well, it's ancient walls. But either way, she doesn't really have anything to take the walls down, and he's starting to pop out some stronger troops. So yeah, man, Alexander fell from grace. He's still in third place. He's still holding on. He's still holding off Persia, of all people. He really has got to hope that Catherine and potentially Dido and maybe even Germany start pushing back on Persia, because if that happens, he has a chance. Then, but I'm really kind of blown away that Eleanor is so weak here, because she has the religion. Why is she so far behind? That wasn't her religion. That's Egypt's religion. Okay. That's it. She doesn't have any religion. So that's partly what's happening. And then she has no wonders. So for whatever reason, she decided not to build any wonders, or she got beat out on every wonder. So that's really what's kind of making a huge difference here. Okay. All right. So then I guess if we had to pick three that are going to make it through, we'd definitely say Nubia and France. And I mean, out of the group here, man, I would probably say Persia, because Persia's got the wonders right now and the religion. Dido had a religion, though? Didn't Dido have a religion? Egypt, Nubia. Yeah, Dido did. I would probably pick Dido. I would probably pick Dido over Persia. I think Dido long term has a much better. They're in a much better state in the game because they got a couple really weak neighbors right now. Persia. Then again, Persia's got basically all the room in the world still. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But they do have to worry about France, and we are going to see another France-Persia war unless it's currently happening, or unless it's currently still happening. Are they still at war with each other? Yo. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Throw down Tarsus. And the other thing to keep in mind is he's got, yeah, there you go, the Jebel. I was going to say he's got the desert tiles, too. And I'm assuming you were probably suzerained by Cyrus because Cyrus hasn't killed you. So, okay, we got 5 turns left. We'll probably end up wrapping this episode up as soon as we get to the end of the era. Just kind of a nice little stopping point. I don't know why it's so lagging right now. All right, well, let's kind of just take a quick look and see. Let's compare military strength. Right now, Nubia is just absolutely dominating everyone. Dido's got the second strongest army, and Buenos Aires did get conquered, but immediately flipped. So you must have been conquered then by England because you're flipping to Dido. Now, the question is, what's going to happen to loyalty in 2 turns? I don't know. That's a really good question because, I mean, more likely than not, it's still going to flip over to Dido. Yeah, I think Dido's definitely looking like they're going to be able to make it through. Now, I'm wondering if she's going to be able to push any further over into India, who is not really doing all that hot. How goes Alexander? He ended up taking back his one town, but still ended up losing his other town. And he's still kind of in a crap spot over there. France is still doing wonders. They're still looking really, really good. What kind of... Everyone got Dark Ages. Wow! Everyone got Dark Ages except Dido, Persia, and Germany, who all just got a normal age. So that's going to be good for them. That's going to be good for them, but man, that sucks for everyone else. All right, well, we're going to wrap this episode up here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like, comment, and let me know what you think. As always, hit the subscribe button in the game, comment, share your support. Next episode, we're going to continue on, and maybe we'll start getting closer to... I think this is probably going to end up being 4 episodes before we see who is going to win, but we'll see you guys next episode. Bye, everyone.